I'm a little bit late, but we're here, okay? It's been a long day. I want us to talk about how to prevent fibroids. Really important topic because with fibroids being so prevalent nowadays, with fibroids being so common, you know, it's like every day women are being diagnosed with fibroids. Every day women are being diagnosed with PCOS, endometriosis, cysts. These issues are so common. So it's so important that women understand and know there's things that you can do right now to prevent them. There's also things you can do to prevent them from coming back, ladies, especially, hey, Jessica, hey, welcome. Hey, everyone. I'm live on, you guys, on TikTok and YouTube as always. YouTube, if you're watching the replay, like the video, click the like button, okay? If you guys don't mind. It's so important to know how to prevent these issues, right? There's women that's had fibroid surgery several times over and over again, right? And they have no clue about how to prevent them from coming back. So even if you've had fibroid surgery, you're going to want to definitely listen to this live, okay? So I know it's Friday. I'm going to see how the vibe is tonight. And we're just going to, you know, it's kind of late. I need your help. Okay, you're on the right place. If you have fibroids, you're in the right place. Tap on the screen. Let's get more women in here because listen, this is becoming a epidemic. It is an epidemic at this point. So many women are suffering with fibroids, okay? And in our Detoxify Your Womb program, in our courses, we are helping women get rid of fibroids every day. Like, you don't have to suffer. You don't have to suffer. I want you guys to know that. You don't have to suffer. But when it comes to fibroids, it's important that you understand how they developed. A lot of women don't know how the fibroids developed in the first place. And if you don't understand how they develop, you're not going to know what to do when you get them. This is why women are confused with treatment options. They don't know what to do when they have fibroids, right? They don't know whether they should have surgery. They don't know whether they should, seek the natural ways. It's important for you to have the information because if you don't have the correct information, you're not going to be able to get rid of them. You're not going to be able to get rid of them naturally. You're not going to be able to. You're gonna pick a solution that's not really a solution. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. So when we have fibroids, it's very important for you guys to understand. You want to understand why it developed. Hey Ty, welcome. You want to understand why the fibroids developed. You don't want to just, like I said, if you don't understand where it developed, you're not going to get to the root of the issue. So when women don't get to the root of the issue, it becomes an ongoing issue in their lives, right? It's important for you to understand fibroids develop in your body for a reason, okay? The fibroids developed for a reason, right? So it's important for you. This means that there's deeper imbalances in the body. This means that we have yes, I need to learn. Okay, you're in the right place. This means that we're hormonally imbalanced. This means that we have an accumulation of waste in the body. This also means that there's a lot of, how can I say this? There's a lot of, we have a lot of emotions stored in the body as well. Negative emotions, because the womb is not just a physical organ, it's also an energetic organ, right? So when we're dealing with fibroids, it's not just a surface level issue. Okay? And as you guys are coming, y'all tap on the screen. Let's get the likes up to 1,000, okay? If you're watching me for the first time, make sure that you're following. Also, make sure that you're on the email list because we don't even know. I couldn't even jump up and down in March 2024. Yesterday, I performed a ballet recital. Sign up. Yes, Ty, that's my clients. Yes. Listen, already Detoxify Your Womb program, listen, it works, okay? So if you've ever been on the fest about working with me, you guys see my client is here. The other day, Kim was here. So, and telling you guys, Jessica as well, telling you guys just how important it is, how working with me has changed their lives, how working with me has changed their health, has helped them heal their wombs, whether it's fibroids, whether it's, hormonal imbalances, whether it's adenomyosis, right, or endometriosis. So it's important that you understand, listen, if you're just thinking about getting rid of fibroids by surgery, by UFE, you're not getting rid of the problem. And what will happen is that you will continuously, have this issue reoccur. I joined to say it works. Thank you. Literally life-changing, changing the trajectory, of my bloodline for real. Yes. I know that's right. Yes, Ty, yes. And when we heal our wombs, ladies, we also heal generations coming after us. Because a lot of you guys, your moms, your grandmothers, all like this, fibroids have just been passed down. Like these, the hormonal imbalances, right? The underlying causes of fibroids has been passed down from generation to generation from generation to generation. Excuse me. And you think that it is something that has to occur? That I just runs in my it's in my genetics. That's not necessarily true. Yes, it is, but you can stop it. You can break the curse. You don't have to continuously allow fibroids to pass down to your daughters, to your granddaughters. It doesn't know. It has to stop somewhere. And why can't it stop with you? Why can't it stop with you? So true. What you're saying, I'm not having a situation, I need your help. I mean, that's why I'm here. That's why I come on these lives, because a lot of you guys are not hearing the correct information. And somebody commented on my YouTube channel and was telling me, this is the first time I've heard it broken down like this. Thank you so much, because a lot of women don't understand what's going on with their bodies when they develop fibroids. They don't understand what's going on. They're thinking like these surface level things will get rid of them. They're hearing, about all of these natural remedies, but then they're never getting to, like I said, always say getting to the root of the issue. So let's talk about how to prevent fibroids. And for those that are new, again, hi, welcome. I didn't even introduce myself. My name is Sasha Rosa, holistic womb specialist, okay? What I do is I help women who have fibroids, adenomyosis, PCOS, ovarian cysts, polyps, all of those womb issues, get to the root of the issue. Hormonal imbalances, I help women get to the root cause of the issue in order to heal. So we've helped women get rid of fibroids. We've helped women get rid of endometriosis, adenomyosis, cysts, heavy bleeding, right? Any type of menstrual issues, even get pregnant naturally, right? But we do that by helping women get to the roots of the issue. When you develop fibroids, there's a reason for that. It didn't just come out of the blue. There's fibroids, adenomyosis, endometriosis. These things are symptoms of a bigger problem going on in the body, right? There are deeper imbalances going on in the body. There's hormonal imbalances. There's waste. There's inflammation, right? There's stagnation in the womb area. It's more than just the fibroid. And when women have fibroids, they tend to just look at the fibroid. They don't look at what's caused the fibroid. And it's very important for you to get to know that. If not, you're just going to continuously develop fibroids. How many women have had surgery and got the fibroids again, over and over again? Okay? That becomes an ongoing problem, and you don't want that to be your reality. If you haven't dealt with that, you don't want it to be your reality. Continuously developing fibroids, right? So we have to get this, address this from the root. So how do we prevent fibroids, okay? If you're watching this and maybe you don't have fibroids yet, or maybe you do have fibroids, you can also learn from this conversation. Also, if you've had surgery, Dr. Free, okay, thank you for your transparency. If you've had surgery for fibroids, you're definitely going, because you're not in the clear. Because a lot of women that have surgery, they think, I'm in the clear, I'm in the clear. I've gotten the fibroids removed. Ma'am, no, they will grow right back. How many women have dealt with that? If you are on YouTube, talk to me. Sorry, my tripod, the light broke, so I don't know what's going on. But I know that TikTok can see me clearly. But you guys, this is an ongoing problem. I had surgery, and within 5 years, they are back. Dr. Free, you're even lucky. You know why I say that? Because some women, within 5 months, they're back. A woman that was on my live the other day said that she had fibroid surgery in July of last year. By November of last year, 15 were back. 15. Eventually, I had a hysterectomy. Wow. And when we have these fibroid surgeries, they almost set us up for a hysterectomy. You know why? And that's kind of what they want. You know why? Because eventually you get tired of continuously having the surgery, continuously getting the fibroids back, and then you just end up, let me remove everything. But guess what? That still doesn't take care of the problem. That might cause you not to develop fibroids in your uterus anymore, of course, but at the same time, you still have the underlying factors. And this is what causes other health issues, right? This is why women that's had hysterectomies, they tend to have lots of health issues, because you didn't get to the root of the issue, okay? So if you're watching this, everybody, you have to understand how to get to the root. So let's talk about how do we prevent fibroids. Let's start off with the diet, okay? I wish I know more about holistic wellness before doing so, the mental health connection. Yes. The mental, because listen, when our hormones are when we are dealing with fibroids, and that means that our hormones are out of balance. And when our hormones are out of balance, that even impacts our brain chemistry. So yes, like that means that our progesterone is low. That's going to cause lots of anxiety. That's why a lot of women that have fibroids have a lot of anxiety, right? A lot of stress, because we need to have balanced hormones in order to regulate our emotions, moods. Your moods are like, your hormones are when they're fluctuating like crazy, right? When your hormones are going crazy, so are your moods, so are your menstrual cycles, right? So are your bodily functions. So they even affect our brain chemistry, right? That's why it's so important that, and when I always say this, when women are dealing with when we're dealing with hormonal imbalance, when a woman is hormonally imbalanced, she is out of balance. She's out of balance in other areas of her life as well. Not even just her hormones. This is going to affect other areas of her life, being out of balance. It's so important for us to be in balance as women. It's so important for us to follow the natural ebbs and flows of our natural rhythm. Women are cyclical beings. We're cyclical beings. So when you're out of balance, you're going to see everything in your life be out of balance too, right? Your home life will be out of balance. Your work life will be out of balance. Like, you're going to experience overwhelm. You're not going to be able to think clearly. There's going to be a lack of mental clarity as well. So it's important that you understand and know that, okay? So what can we do to prevent fibroids? Let's talk about it. YouTube, like the video, tap on the screen. TikTok, let's go. Diet is, let's talk about diet, because that's what gets people, okay? Diet. If you're watching this and you've had fibroid surgery and you have not changed your diet, you're out of order. You're out of order. Diet. Let's talk about diet. Avoiding processed foods. These are things that cause fibroids to occur, right? One of the many things. But these are, if you have a diet that's high in processed foods, if you have a diet if you're eating hormonally disrupting foods, things like dairy, like soy, meat, if you're eating things like that, then that's going to cause, like I said, that's going to cause the fibroids to grow, to develop, right? Greek yogurt is okay. No, that's dairy. So we want to get rid of dairy in the diet. Yes, I know that's going to shock some people. If you're watching this and you have a history of fibroids, or ever had fibroids, or even had fibroids, other people in your family have fibroids, you need to leave the dairy alone. Everybody, honestly, nobody should be eating dairy. But that's a whole other conversation. But especially if you have fibroids or a history of fibroids, you should not, or breast cancer, right? Or cysts, or PCOS, or any of these womb-related issues, or even heavy bleeding, even cramps. Leave the dairy alone. It's mucus feeling. It's just like it's interfering with your own hormones, because you're putting the hormones into another animal into your body. Your hormones are out of balance, then you're adding on another animal's hormones into your body, right? And cows and us don't have the same type of hormones, right? Your body doesn't recognize that crap. Get it out of you, right? So we have to get that crap out of our diet. And when it comes to dairy, you gotta look at the ingredients, because they sneak dairy and soy into everything. You have to look at ingredients. So if you're eating things mindlessly and not knowing what you're eating, that's the issue. That's the issue. And you gotta stop doing that, okay? I know people tend to do that a lot in the US. If you live in the US, put a 1 in the chat if you live in the US. Put a 1 in the chat if you live in the US on, hi, put a 1 in the chat. Hi, Victoria. Put a 1 in the chat if you live in the US. If you live in the US, 1, okay. If you live in the US, okay, coffee's also bad too. Absolutely. Caffeine is horrible. Absolutely. Not if you, and let me just say this, if you don't have fibroids, you don't have a history of fibroids, if you want to eat these things, that's fine. But if you have a history of fibroids and you're drinking anything with caffeine or eating anything with caffeine, or if you're eating anything with dairy, if you're eating, no, that not only triggers the fibroid, it causes it to grow. This is why a lot of women have their fibroids grow rapidly, because they have their fibroids continue to come back, because they don't understand that what they're doing, what they're filling their bodies with on a daily basis is causing the fibroids, okay? It's causing fibroids. James, do you have fibroids? Why are you asking me where I live? Do you have fibroids, okay? Green tea, does it have caffeine? That's my question to you. Why not do herbal tea, okay? Why not do herbal tea? So we have to change the way. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Julio. Thank you. I appreciate the gifts. Thank you. We have to change what we put into, we have to change what we consume. We got to change how we look at food. We can't just look at food and just be eating mindlessly. We can't just look at food and think that it's there, you know, for to soothe our emotions, or is there, you have to look at food differently. It's there to help you heal. It's there to, for nutrients, for fuel. It's not there because you're bored. Okay, so you have to change your outlook on food. A lot of us have very toxic relationships with food, and we have to change. We had to. No, I was asking because you said people in the U.S. as if you don't live in the U.S. I live in the U.S. I do. I wasn't trying to know your personal business. I live in the U.S., James. I do. Dandelion tea is good. I do. I do live in the U.S. Okay, for now. Okay, that may change later on. I don't know. So you want to also too, if you have fibroids, understand and know that you're also dehydrated on a cellular level, okay? On a cellular level. And you're probably like, well, I drink water. Well, is it enough? Number one. And if you have fibroids, you need more hydration, right? Because we're dealing with a lot of waste up in there. And we're dealing with organs that are overloaded. We're dealing with a liver that's overloaded. We're dealing with kidneys that are not filtering out correctly. So you have to, like I said, you have to increase your hydration in order to flush your organs. So it's really important that you understand. Hydration is very important when you have fibroids. I read that water can help. Well, I don't want to say drinking water on its own is going to get rid of fibroids, because that's a no. But you need to drink water, right? You need to, when it comes to getting rid of fibroids, I want you guys to understand that there is not one thing to do to get rid of fibroids. It is a lifestyle. I'm saying this, it is a lifestyle, okay? And if you're in my Dissolve Your Fibroids in 2025 5-day live course, we've been having the course all 5 days this week, and we're gonna have the last round of it tomorrow. If you're in that, you know, it's an entire lifestyle, from your emotions to your thoughts. Exactly, Jessica, she was my client, so she knows. From your thoughts to your diet, to your entire lifestyle, like even your personal relationships, yes. Even your day-to-day interactions, yes. Your stress levels, all of that stuff matters. All of that stuff has an impact on your health, right? Why don't we understand that our lifestyle is everything? Everything we're doing, how we're interacting with people, even so. Our thoughts, right? What we're consuming, that too. What we're watching, what we're allowing in our subconscious mind. All of that stuff matters. Everything matters. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to interrupt. No, it's fine, it's fine. I stopped because I seen how beautiful you are and you caught my attention. God bless. No problem, no problem, no problem. Have a good night. So it's important that you understand, listen, when you have fibroids, we have to approach things differently. We can't look at life like we did before. All these toxic habits, all of these things that you guys were doing in the past, you can't do them anymore. You can't do them anymore. Everything affects everything, literally. Absolutely. Everything you do matters. Everything. I don't know why we don't understand that. A lot of us don't understand that. We think, okay, well, I could just, work out a little bit and take out meat from my diet, and that's enough to get rid of fibroids. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No. Doesn't everybody wish it was that easy? Everybody would be fibroid free if it was that easy. It's not that easy, honey. It ain't that easy. Do they go away at 50? Absolutely. I've had clients, 30s, from 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. Yes, they do. If you know what you're doing, if you know how to get rid of them. I heard ginger is good too. Ginger is good in general. Ginger is just good in general. Okay, ginger is good in general. It's really good for everything. Now, you want to focus on nutrient-rich foods. Okay, focus on hydration and eating hydrating foods as well, okay? Also, you can add herbs as well. This is to prevent fibroids, preventing fibroids. And if you've had fibroids before, you've gotten them removed, also too, okay? This also too is helpful too. And if you have fibroids, you should be watching this anyway. You should be watching this. I've been supplementing with DIM. I'm not a fan of DIM. I'm just not. I'm not a fan of DIM because it focuses on one hormone and lowering one hormone, estrogen, okay? So when we talk about balancing our hormones, there's a hierarchy to that. You can't just, when you have fibroids, your hormones are out of balance, right? You can't just focus in and hone in on one hormone, and that's what DIM does. So be very careful with these supplements. Some of them, look, you feel good, and then you feel good for a little bit, and then you go back to your default, right? So it's important that You want to stop looking for quick fixes when you have fibroids. That's another thing too. Stop looking for a quick fix and approach it from the roots of the issue. Okay, because a lot of us want to skip all this stuff and think a supplement would do it. Because women that have fibroids, they love their supplements, right? But supplements are not going to get rid of fibroids. You changing your habits will, right? You have to change the way you approach your health. A pill is not going to heal you, right? Unfortunately, it's not that easy, right? So if you're still doing things to trigger the fibroid, what's the point? What's the point, right? So also, you have to learn. People feel like one thing heals, but nobody knows it's a lifestyle change. They know, they just don't want to do the work. They know, a lot of people don't want to do the work, right? So they looking for quick fixes on TikTok, on YouTube, on, all this stuff. That's why I'm not that popular, because I'm telling you, no, it's a lifestyle, it's a transformation, right? I'm all about transformation. I'm not about quick tips and quick tricks. I'm not about that, because that's what my clients get massive results, right? We approach things from the root, right? We approach it from the root. So it is harder. A lifestyle change is harder, but it's worth it, right? Because you're not just getting rid of fibroids. You're also preventing other issues as well. You're also healing your body as well. You're also releasing a lot of stuck waste and emotions in your body as well. Okay, so it's deeper than it's getting rid of fibroids, yes, but it's also you're getting rid of other things that will cause other issues. Because just think about it like this, ladies. It's never, when it comes to health issues, it's never just fibroids, right? When you have fibroids, it's fibroids and IBS, or fibroids and, anemia, or fibroids and, endometriosis, or fibroids and PCOS, it's always, because when you have fibroids, it's like your body is like compromised. It's a full body issue. It's not in a healthy state, okay? It's not in a healthy state. So we have to get our bodies back healthy. It's never just the fibroids and that's it. It's never just a fibroid. It's always fibroids and then something else develops. And then thyroid issues, or fibroids and autoimmune disorders, right? It's always fibroids and something else. Because when you have fibroids, again, it's a full body issue. It's not just a uterine issue. I say that people look at fibroids too surface level. They don't look at it as, no, this is a full body issue. If I have fibroids, my lymphatic system is backed up. If I have fibroids, then that means that my liver is overloaded. Yes. If I have fibroids, that means that my kidneys are not filtering the way they're supposed to. My digestive organs are not getting rid of toxins the way they're supposed to. They're overloaded. Okay, they're overloaded. So you have to support your bodies. You got to support your elimination organs, elimination pathways, right? You got to support your body in helping your body heal and get rid of toxins, because your body is things are compromised when you have fibroids. Okay, that's why you'll see your menstrual cycles. It will be like when the longer you have the fibroids, the more your health deteriorates. The more symptoms you get, the more it becomes a snowball effect. So you have to get to the root of the issue, okay? So also too, when you have fibroids, it's really important to start to listen to your body's signals, right? A lot of us it's tiring. I know it's tiring, but what's tiring is, what's really tiring? Keeping the fibroids. Now that's tiring. When I say keeping the fibroids, not making any changes, not making sufficient change. I can't talk today. Changes. It's been a long week, y'all. Not making any changes, not making sufficient changes, staying in that, that's tiring. Some women have dealt with fibroids for years. Let me know in the chat if you're on YouTube, if you're on TikTok. Let me know in the chat, how long have you dealt with fibroids? Dealing with fibroids is tiring. And continuously dealing with fibroids is tiring, and not getting to the root of the issue is tiring. Having multiple surgeries is tiring. Having multiple UFE procedures is tiring. And not addressing this from the root, that is what's tiring, right? If you knock this out the first, get to the root of the issue and heal your body, then you find freedom. Then you can be free of these womb issues. Then you can be free, but you gotta be willing to do the hard work. You can't just be out here looking for a quick fix. You got to be willing to do the hard work. There's women that have been trying quick fixes all year, right? All months. It doesn't make any sense. 2 years, my doctor put me on oh gosh, not the medications for bleeding. Did they? Okay, I want you to okay. So when we talk about these my Fibroids, I know that one. We gotta be very careful with these medications, right? And I know that when you guys have fibroids, you go to the doctor, they're gonna put you on they're gonna do one of three things: surgery, medication, or birth control. Avoid all three. You know why? None of them get to the root of the issue, and all of them cause a bigger issue on the back end. Let me explain how. Surgery, again, you're cutting into the uterus, again, weakening the lymphatic system even more, cutting into the lymph vessels, okay? Causing more trauma to the body when your body's already in a compromised state, this is why women grow fibroids again after having the surgeries and the UFE procedures. Then we have the medications. What happens when we take the medications? When you have fibroids, heavy bleeding, all of these issues, you already have an overloaded system, right? You guys know medications it overloads even more all these toxins in the body, all these toxins on the liver, on the kidneys, right? So now you're overloading your body even more. You may feel a little better while you're taking the medication, but what are you going to be on this medication for the rest of your life? What you're doing to your body on the back end is even worse. Then we have the birth control, and that one, feeding your body with synthetic hormones, right? Feeding your body with synthetic hormones. So it's so important, so important. When you have fibroids, you don't want to, you have to approach it. I'm going to be honest with you. In order to truly, truly, truly do this in an efficient way, in a way where that's going to get to the root of the issue, you have to approach it in a holistic way, right? And that's, again, with the emotions and the lifestyle. You can't just, like I said, look for a medication it's not about you feeling better right now. Because if you implement a plan to get rid of fibroids, in less than a month, if you know what you're doing, in less than a month, then you should be symptom-free. In less than a month, you should be symptom-free if you implement a plan to get rid of fibroids, okay? So my thing is you don't want to look at I just want to feel good right now. Look at we have to start thinking long-term as well when it comes to our health. A lot of us don't, and that's the issue. Stop thinking about feeling better just right now. What about a year from now? What about 5 years from now? Are you guys going to be on these medications for the rest of your life? Are you guys going to be doing these surgeries for the rest of your life? We have to get to the root of the issue. Are you guys going to be looking for quick fixes? Scurrying around looking for quick fixes the rest of your life? And I hope not, right? So why don't we think long-term when it comes to our health? Why do we just it doesn't make any sense to me, okay? So it's important that we have to think about our health long term. So listen to your body's signals. Listen to your body's signals, okay? Just FYI. When you join late, just read the room, y'all. Read the room. What do I suggest? I'm saying what I suggest, okay? When you guys come in late, just read the room. When you guys come on anybody's live late, okay? So start listening to your body's signals. A lot of you guys, your body was telling you that it was off for years, but you didn't listen. Before you even got the fibroids, it was telling you that your body was off for years. Before you even got the cysts, the polyps, the whatever, your body was telling you that it was off for years, right? But what we do is that, let me just go to the doctor and whatever they say, because you think your doctor knows your body more than you. Your body was showing you that you're dealing with bloating, heavy bleeding, cramps, but a lot of us fight to think that that's normal. That's not normal. You're not supposed to be dealing with that on your cycle. Did you know that? Cramps are not normal. Bloating is not normal. Heavy bleeding is not normal, right? None of that's your body showing you there's imbalances. Very true. My body was giving signals, but I didn't know what they meant. Yeah, I understand, because doctors will say, everything's fine, you're fine, right? Doctors will say, your hormones are fine, everything's fine. But your body is telling you a different story, right? So a lot of us believe doctors over what our body is telling us, and that's a problem. Part of what I teach my clients is how to read their body's signals. You have to, like I said, start believing your body over these doctors, right? Over these testing. That's what I say, reliance on testing is keeping some of you guys in trouble. It's keeping a lot of you guys sick. This over-reliance on testing, right? I'm gonna go to the doctor to get a test and, you know, pap smear and all this crap that, like, don't get me started. But then every single day you're doing things to harm your health. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. So why are you not like reading the signs that your body's telling you? Okay, I just tuned in. Are you giving? How about when you just tune in, how about you listen? Okay. That's like about pet people. People just come in and just like, what are we talking about? Listen, just read the room when you first come in. Okay. I'm not. Oh gosh. Okay. I can't. It's only on TikTok that people do that. This week has been tiring on TikTok. I don't get it. I have to get back to going live in the mornings on TikTok because, anyway, it's just like, what? Like when I come on somebody's live, I listen and try to get the gist of the conversation. I don't just like, oh, what you talking? Like what? Oh, no home training. Anyway, listen. Listen to your body's signals, okay? Listen to your body's signals, okay? Just like you guys need to listen on here. Listen to your body, what your body's telling you. Listen to what your body is telling you, okay? So if we're having heavy bleeding, if we're dealing with brown blood on our period, these are imbalances, ladies. If we're dealing with pain, if your period is lasting more than 3 to 4 days, that's imbalance in the body. Your body's letting you know, listen, we're not good. Because when you get your body healthy, your bleeding will be a lot less. You're not going to experience pain. You're not going to experience bloating. You're not going to experience all of these mood swings you guys get before or during your cycle. All of these things, you're not going to experience them. They're not normal. Our bodies were not, a lot of women think that we were made to suffer every month, but we weren't. We were not created to suffer every month, right? And we have to get out of that line of thinking. We were not meant to be in survival mode. We weren't, right? So when you normalize suffering in your life, that becomes your reality. When you normalize suffering every month, that becomes your reality, right? Jessica, it's crazy to me. When you normalize these things, it becomes a reality. So it's important that you start to listen to your body. When your body telling you something is off, listen. And your menstrual cycle serves as your body's fifth vital sign. It's a vital sign, just like when your blood pressure is off, won't you start making changes in your life, right? When your respiratory rate, when your like pulse, all of these things, these are vital signs. So is your menstrual cycle. And women are blessed to have a fifth vital sign, okay? So it's so important that you take advantage of that. So your period is not there to harm you. It's not there to, how can I say this, as a curse. A lot of women look at their fibroids, their period, as a curse. And it's not a curse. It's really a gift because it's feedback of what's going on the inside. Okay. And also your outer life as well. Because if we have a chaotic life, if we have a stressful life, then you're going to see your periods will be off. You're going to see that reflect in your cycle as well. Right. And let me know in the chat, don't you notice that when you have more stress than normal in your life, don't you notice your periods start getting even crazier? Put a 1 in the chat if you notice that. I had excruciating pain, period pain, couldn't get out of bed. I never used to have heavy, painful periods, never bloated, always been slender, and fibroids gave me bloat. Yeah, so we have to know and understand when our bodies is telling us something. That's your body telling you something like, listen, like, girl, we in danger here. Like, right? Like the engine light is on. Like, girl, do something because we in danger. Okay. That's your body letting you know that. Okay. So it's important. When you put a 1 in the chat, if you've experienced like stress and you've noticed like for a period of time, you've noticed your period has been off. Only one person? When you've experienced stress and your period has been off, right? This is definitely something I know a lot of women go through, okay? I'm glad I caught it live. I have a question. Does a 40-day cycle indicate infertility? It indicates your hormones are out of balance. Okay? So it's important. And I want to say this too, for women that have fibroids, FYI, okay, so you guys are, yeah, as women, like when we are experiencing, so that's your body letting you know something. That should tell you on its own that your body, your period is your vital sign, right? Our body gives us clues. So when your body's under stress, some people may skip their period, right? Some people, their period is much heavier. It's just like, you know, clots and everything, all of this crap, right? When I was 18, my period didn't come for an entire summer. Wow, that's how stressed out I was. Yeah, that's how our body talks back to us. Sometimes we'll skip periods. Sometimes we'll have 2 periods in a month if we're under lots of stress and we're not managing it correctly, right? That's your body trying to let you know, hey. But what a lot of us do, what most of us is just ignore it. Like, oh, the doctor said everything's fine, And then we wonder why we come down with these hormonal issues. We come down with these fibroids. We get diagnosed with PCOS and endometriosis. Your body was talking to you, but you wasn't listening. So that's why going forward, you have to understand how to listen to your body. You got to understand it. As women, we are intuitive beings, but a lot of you guys have shut off that intuition, right? You've shut off that intuition, okay? This life is perfect timing. Is it bad if we skip a whole month without getting our cycle? Yes, it is. It is. You're supposed to have a period. If you're not pregnant now, if you're not pregnant, but when you skip a whole month, you have to. So okay, you skipped the whole month. How many days does it take how many days did it take for your period to come? So answer me that, right? So if your period, day 1 is your period. So when did the last period start? How many days ago was that? So if it's over, I would say like 29, 30 days, then that's the problem. That's the imbalance, okay? That was informative. Thank you for creating this space. Good night, ladies. Sure. Thank you for being here. Also, too, ladies, if you be sure to also join my email list. If you're not on the email list, join our email list. The link is in my bio. Listen, they're not gonna have TikTok here forever. Y'all saw what they did on TikTok so you guys saw what they did on TikTok for 10 hours. I think they only extended it for 75 days or something like that. So if you enjoyed my content, get on the email list. Subscribe to YouTube, because if they take away TikTok, I'll be on YouTube, okay? I'm on YouTube right now. So subscribe. Now I'm going to be doing more exclusive content for YouTube. So subscribe to my YouTube channel. So it's important. You got to understand and know. I missed you. No, you didn't miss it, because are you by chance offering that again soon? You didn't miss it. Technically, you didn't miss it. Okay, we are going to be on day 5 tomorrow, but if you register before the weekend, you'll get all the replays. So you can still register. And then day 5 will be actually tomorrow. We have to push it back a day, but day 5 will be tomorrow. So no, you actually technically did not miss it, okay? If you want to register, because I'm not having that again. I'm not doing that again, okay? So when you guys see stuff like that, jump on it, because I'm not doing that one again. And it's so good. It's so good. And the women are learning a lot and love it. Today we talked about the emotions, because when you have fibroids, there's also a lot of emotions buried in the womb, okay? So if you guys want to join that, the Dissolve Fibroids in 2025 5-day live course, join. We still have a session tomorrow, and you'll get the replays from all the last 4 days, okay? I missed the whole month of December, okay. Yes. Again, you have to, like I said, you have to count the days, hon. You got to count the days, okay? So also too, when you have fibroids, there's also block creativity. And let me explain, right? Because women how do you process emotions out of the womb? So that's something we're talking about in our 5-day live course. We did a whole training on that today, okay? So, okay, then I'm saying that because that's your name on YouTube. Be sure, if you want to check that out, the link is in my description box for the Dissolve Fibroids in 2025. That's a training we literally did today, okay? So be sure to check that out. And it was so good. It was really, really good. Also, too, you want to also embrace creativity, right? When you have fibroids, I want you guys to know that it's not just physical, it's also emotional. The womb is a creative space. In case you guys don't know, the womb is a creative space, okay? The womb it represents creation. It represents intuition. It represents femininity. It's deeper than just physical. So when we have fibroids in there, when we have any type of womb issues in there, there's blocked creativity. We don't just create children in there. We create ideas, we create projects, we create dreams. So women that have fibroids, they tend to be not only be blocked in their creativity, they tend to struggle with creating a beautiful life for themselves. They tend to struggle when it comes to also their purpose, finding their purpose. They tend to struggle when it comes to being fulfilled in life. That's another thing as well, okay? Because when we have tumors in the womb, blockages in the womb, we're interfering with our creative space, right? And a lot of people are not gonna really get that because again, it's also emotional. That's why our programs get so like amazing results because we bridge the emotional with the physical. And some people, that's not for them, okay, right? But listen, you cannot heal if you are only taking care of the physical, you're not taking care of the emotional. You can't, okay? So it's important because when you hold emotions in the body, we're energy beings too. When you hold emotions in the body, it also becomes stuck on an energetic level, right? When you hold hurt, when you hold pain, when you hold childhood trauma, things, when you hold that stuff in, right? And you don't release it, you don't process it, you suppress it, it becomes, like I said, it stays hidden in the body. The body keeps score, okay? The body keeps score. So whatever we bury, whatever we suppress is still there. And these things form energetic blockages in the womb, okay? As well as physical, okay? So we gotta start connecting with our bodies again, connecting with our wombs, embracing creativity, right? We have to start tapping into that creative space again, okay? That is so important. Also too, you gotta address your trauma. That is like, that kind of goes along with the creativity, but you also have to address your trauma. It's not about what you've been through. A lot of people will list, oh my God, I've been through this, I've been through that. It's not about that. It's about how you handle it. It's about how you process through it. It's about, are you still holding on to it, right? So you have to address your trauma, whether it's your childhood trauma, your trauma that you had with men, right? You know, trigger warning, sexual trauma, miscarriages, like things like that. You gotta address that stuff, right? Whether it's journaling, meditation, therapy, it's important. You have to address that stuff. A lot of us have buried things that we've been through for many years. You can't continue to bury these things because they cause sickness in the body. You have to address your traumas, okay? That's another thing. That's something, and also an uncomfortable conversation. We talked about that in detail in the Dissolve Fibroids in 2025 5-day live course, because it's so important, right? That's when you feel that pressure, when you have fibroids, it's almost like you feel a pressure in the pelvic area. And when you have trauma, you feel that same pressure in the body. A lot of you guys may not notice, but then until you like start to release the trauma, and then you just feel lighter. You feel lighter, you can think better, right? You feel free. But when you have all of this energetic heaviness and physical heaviness, like it causes you to be almost stuck, feel stuck. This is why a lot of women feel stuck, like they can't move. When I say move, I mean they can't like move in the direction they want to go in life. They just stay stuck, right? They stay stagnant. Maybe they've had the same job that they've hated for years. Maybe they've been with the same partner that they don't like for years. Maybe they've been in the same situation without any upward progression in years, right? They feel stuck. They stay stuck. So that stagnation, just like that stagnation is going on in your life, your everyday life, is also going on in the womb. So you see how everything is connected? Because like I always say, if you are dealing with womb issues, if there are issues with the womb, I'm telling you, it reflects on your life as well. So if we have a womb that's heavy bleeding, tumors, cysts, whatever, all this stuff going on, that's going to reflect in your life as well. You're going to overwhelm, unfulfillment, unhappiness, feeling stuck. Your womb mirrors your life. Your womb mirrors your life. So that's why as you heal your womb, you will notice not only will you feel a lightness, you will notice that also as well. Things start to open up for you in life as well, okay? You start to feel not only a freeness, like more free, you start to notice that things in your life start to open up, opportunities, things like even just, you feel more connected, you feel more rooted in who you are, right? You don't feel as though you just living a life, you're just existing. You feel like as you're healing, you feel like you're actually living, not just existing and going day by day in autopilot, right? Which what a lot of women feel when they have fibroids and they're not doing anything about it, right? So like I always say, does this 5-day course explain all of this in detail? Yes, it does. It does. It does. It does. We go for 5 days. I mean, tomorrow's the last day. As far as the Zoom call, but you get all the replays, okay? You get all the replays. So it's important. It's important. So we explained that we definitely go more in depth in that. We did a whole training on that today. So we go more in depth about the emotions and also how to release this stuff, right? It's important because that heaviness you feel on an energetic level mirrors the heaviness you feel on a physical level, right? Everything is connected. We don't like to look at life like that, but that's the truth. Everything is connected, okay? So just like you're dealing with physical ailments in the womb, you're gonna notice that it also reflects in your life. Because if you're dealing with heavy bleeding, I'm gonna give you an example. You're dealing with heavy bleeding, then I know that your life is, you're overwhelmed, you're stressed out, a lot of women that have heavy bleeding, they're dealing with their anxiety, they're just like in heavy emotions, they're keeping it in the body, right? I already know. I've been doing this for a long time, y'all. I've been helping women heal for a long time, so I know what it is, right? And it's like, you know, like I said, you're almost in this cycle, right? The heavy bleeding happens, the low iron, no energy, and then before the period comes again, you start to feel anxiety before your next period starts because of all the stuff that you go through on your period. So it's like an ongoing cycle, right? Of just imbalances and just, you go further, it's like a snowball effect, right? That's why it's so important, you gotta heal. You cannot allow this to be your reality. We're in 2025, and you see this year is crazy, child. This year is insane, it's crazy. You don't have time to be walking around with fibroids. There's a lot going on in the world. You don't have time to be having your health fail. And like I said before, you see what they're doing with Medicaid. Y'all see what they're doing. They're freezing. They're putting it on freeze. I don't know what's going to happen with it. We have we have a new president, so we don't know what's going to happen with Medicaid. That's 80 million people affected, right? A lot of those women have fibroids. A lot of those women have PCOS. A lot of those women have these issues. So you don't know what's going to happen with that. You know, so that's why you have to make sure that your health is A1. You can't afford to have bad health right now. Nobody. I'm telling, and tell other people in your life too. If you have elders in your life, this is not a time to have your health fail. This is not a time. These insurance companies, they're not approving all the stuff like they used to approve before. 23 hospitals were shut down in 2025. It's not gonna be like before. It's not. We got a new president now. It's not gonna be like before. They're not just gonna be, no, things are different. Hospitals have been losing money. Things are gonna be different. A lot of you guys will be forced to heal naturally. And I don't want you guys to be in that position where you're forced. Just start doing it now. Start doing it now. You don't have time to be running around here with heavy bleeding and fibroids. You see all that stuff going on? You have to be able to be swift on your feet. You don't know what's going on. This year, you guys see just this year alone, all these crazy events, and I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I am saying you have to do better. You got to do better. You cannot, like I said, when it comes to your health, you can't play with your health right now. You shouldn't, honestly, you shouldn't play with your health at any time, but especially now, right? So you have to be careful. You have to be, like I said, proactive when it comes to your health. You got to be proactive. Okay, I got the person out of there. You got to be proactive, okay? It's so important. You cannot, okay, this is so true. Yeah, it's so true because you can't play around. You can't play around right now, okay? So this is a long list. We're going to have to do a part 2 because we're almost an hour, but I do want to say this. when it comes to how to prevent fibroids, all in all, you gotta start caring about your health, ladies. A lot of us don't care about our health until something goes wrong. A lot of us don't think about our health until something goes wrong, and that's a problem. You have to stop doing that. Your health, let me tell you, your health should come before anything. Mental, physical, and emotional health should become anything, anybody. Because when you lose that, that's it. When you lose everything else. Because I don't know if you guys know, but you guys see how like these hospital bills. You guys see like when the number one people go into debt in America is medical bills, right? They lose like that can cause them to lose everything. You don't play with your health. A lot of you guys have been playing too long with their health, and you have to stop that. And when you have fibroids, that's your body saying, we have to roll it. Like, you have to make changes. A lot of you guys had the fibroids and still are doing things every single day that contribute to the fibroids. It makes no sense. And then you complain about, oh my God, my fibroids. What are you doing to get rid of them? What are you doing to get rid of them? Right? That's important. Okay? So I say all this to say, listen, if you have fibroids, right? If you have PCOS, any type of womb issue, if you have infertility, okay? I don't know if you guys saw our testimonial. We posted recently. We post testimonials all the time. But when we posted recently, my client had literally, she's from the UK. She had a huge fibroid belly. And she started working with me January 1st, 2025. I posted it on TikTok. I think it's my last post on TikTok. And even on the community tab on YouTube. In less than a month, her fibroid belly that was large before, like, it's almost gone. She had large fibroids and it's causing her belly to extend. It's almost gone now in less than a month. We've had other amazing testimonials where women have gotten rid of their fibroids. They've dissolved their fibroid belly. They've gotten pregnant naturally. And so many gotten rid of endometriosis, adenomyosis, right? It's just like 2024 and 2023 was like, testimonials were like this. And that's from our courses, our programs, and things like that. So I say that all that to say, if you're watching this and you're interested in working with me on a deeper level to get rid of your fibroids, right? In our Detoxify Your Womb program, which is the best way to work with me, right? Be sure to check it out. Click the link in my bio. If you're on TikTok, we have a 2-month intensive in the Detoxify Your Womb program, right? Tomorrow is the last day to sign up for our 2-month intensive. Tomorrow is the last day to sign up. We just had somebody sign up yesterday, right? And I'm so excited to work with her. Tomorrow is the last day to sign up, okay? If you're on YouTube, the link is in my description box. Check it out. Because listen, what you don't want to do is continue trying this, trying that. You need a framework that actually works. And a lot of you guys need support on your way to get rid of fibroids. Personalized support, right? So if you're watching this and this resonates with you, you're wanting to really do the work and you want to secure your fibroid-free 2025, because listen, we're still in the beginning of 2025. If you want to get rid of fibroids this year, you need to be doing the work now. And you need to be knowing what you're doing. You can't just be out here just trying to wing it and wasting your time. It doesn't make any sense. Somebody came on my live yesterday and said that they've been trying for a whole year to get rid of fibroids. Nothing changed. You know, this is when we get a professional to help us along the journey, right? We're talking about our wombs here. And when we have fibroids, also too, we're not just getting rid of the fibroids, we're improving our health. We're improving our lives in many different ways, okay? So if you feel as though it's worth it to you to take your quality of life back and to heal your body, all right, be sure to check out our Detoxify Your Womb program. The link is in my bio. Somebody asked, like, what are we doing to cause fibroids? So many different things. So many different things. We talked about some stuff, but should be sure to click the link in my bio. Join our email list. I put out emails almost daily. Join our email list, right? To learn more. I have so many videos on YouTube, on TikTok, so many, right? So join, all right? But when you talk about what causes fibroids from the lifestyle, your diet, it's everything. even the emotions you hold in the body as well, the emotions that you have not released, okay? So has any of your client moved on from the stagnation period? Absolutely, ooh, a lot in there, like, yes. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you real quick before we go. One of my clients, what did she do for a living? She was like a script writer, right? So one of my clients, oh my, it's making me do this thing on TikTok. One of my clients, she was having like just a lot of blocks. She wasn't sure where to move. She was just stuck in her creativity and her business, and just like it was a lot of dealing with like a lot of trauma and just scared to move. You guys know the stuck feeling, right? The stuck feeling that's why I said when it comes to fibroids, a lot of women that have fibroid stagnation, they feel stuck in their lives, right? So as we were working together, healing, releasing a lot of that stuck energy, also she was healing physically and meditations, all that stuff. She was able to just like soar, and she's doing amazing now. She also was able to dissolve her fibroid belly. She was also able, because she also was kind of like insecure a little bit because she wasn't used to having a belly, and then all of a sudden fibroids, grew fat like before she came to work with me, and they caused her to have this hardened belly. You guys know the fibroid belly, right? I talked about that yesterday in my live stream. If you guys, in case you guys want to watch the replay on YouTube. Okay, because I put the replays on YouTube. For those that were also, coming in, the replays are on YouTube. So now, stomach is flat. She's thriving in her career and just like killing it, right? So it like I said, my clients, they don't just heal physically, they also heal emotionally. They're also able to track, just like when you heal your womb, ladies, because like I said, the womb is also a spiritual organ. You start to attract more, you start to become more magnetizing, you start to attract to you more abundance, more opportunities. You start to also move in alignment with your purpose, okay? Because a lot of people are unfulfilled because they feel as though they have no purpose. We probably have to do another live on that one. Because a lot of women are walking around with just purposeless and thinking that men are their purpose. It doesn't make any sense, but that's a whole other conversation, right? It's so important. What can I take to stop my period? It's too long. You have to balance your hormones. I also want to say this too. The courses that I had on sale for the whole month of January, I had my Freedom from Fibroids Mastery course on sale for the entire month of January. Today's the last day, it's 31st, right? I also have my Fix Your Period. That was $100 off. The Freedom from Fibroids Mastery course was, $111 off all month of January. It was on my site. Today's the last day. Midnight is in 2.5 hours, okay? So if you want to check that out, the lady that talked about her, if you have period issues, it also helps you balance your hormones and fix your ovulation. If you have fibroids, Freedom from Fibroids Mastery course is on sale, okay? If you're not able to join the 5-day live course, get that. Do something. Don't just sit here with the fibroids and do nothing, okay? So anybody have any questions real quick before we go? I've been talking all day because we did the 5-day live course. I need to rest. All right, ladies. Nobody else has any questions? Nobody has any questions? Okay. Get on the email list. We also have you're welcome. We also have a free masterclass coming up next week. Elevate your menstrual health. No, excuse me. Elevate your menstrual cycle. Okay. Good night. Good night. We have a free masterclass. How can I balance it? We have a Fix Your Period course, Tisha. Okay, that will take you through the process. Okay, of balancing your hormones. Okay, it's $100 off. All right, that'll take you through the entire process of balancing your hormones. All right, so that this does not become a problem again, and you don't develop a condition out of this. We just talked about how the period is like the vital sign. So if something's up with the period, your hormones are out of balance. Take care of it now. Don't wait till fibroids and other issues develop. Okay? That's pretty much it. You guys have a great night. Bye.